And did Guillermo need to bring his crew of skeletons? Of course he did.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer into Reaction. And what I'm looking at today is a commercial, not something I typically do, unless the commercial is done by someone who I find interesting. For instance, if you're aware, Ridley Scott did a commercial for Apple a few decades ago based on 1984, George Orwell's book. And that is a fascinating commercial because it shows you Scott's style and the way he approaches material, which is reflected in his feature films. And the same thing applies for Guillermo Del Toro, who by my reckoning is probably one of the most interesting directors working today. And it seems to me that he puts his heart in every project he works on. That's not to say everyone is great, but you can tell he's not coasting on his laurels either. He's doing his damnedest to make it work. And he is an impressive director. So let's take a look at the commercial he shot for Patron, the makers of spirits like tequila. In fact, they may only make tequila, I have no idea. In any case, let's take a look at the commercial called The Perfect Pour.
Did we really need one of the most iconic directors to film a simple pour?
Huh?
Of course we did. We are Patron. When we do things, we do them right. No shortcuts. Just perfect. And did Guillermo need to bring his crew of skeletons? Of course he did. Like us, he never compromised.
Well, that was The Perfect Pour, and it's a brilliant little commercial. It has heart, it's fun, it's also short, as a commercial should be. It looks great. And it's worth mentioning that while Guillermo del Toro oftentimes tackles very serious subjects in his films, for instance, if you've seen Nightmare Alley, that's a dark film. But he also has a sense of humor. If you've seen his Hellboy films, they're serious, but they're moments of levity. And for me, that's what really interesting filmmaking is all about. It embraces, no matter the genre, it embraces the absurd, the funny, the tragic. And Guillermo del Toro puts all of those elements oftentimes in the same movie. It's a great little commercial. Though what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer into Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like, follow, or buy me a coffee. Peace.